Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing great today. Have you ever met someone who breaks easily under pressure, someone who feels shy in social situations, or someone who always seems tired and slow? In English, we have powerful words to describe these conditions and personalities. Today we are going to explore three very interesting and expressive words: fragile, timid, and lethargic. These words are commonly used in daily conversations, books, movies, speeches, and even professional communication. Understanding them deeply will improve your vocabulary and help you express emotions, behaviors, and conditions more clearly and naturally. So get ready for a detailed and engaging lesson that will strengthen your English and make your speaking more confident and expressive. Let us begin with the first word, fragile. Fragile means delicate, weak, or easily damaged. It can describe physical objects, emotions, relationships, health, or even situations. When something is fragile, it needs careful handling because it can break or collapse easily. For example, a glass cup is fragile because it can break if it falls. A person's emotions can also be fragile after experiencing sadness or disappointment. A country's economy may be described as fragile if it is unstable and can easily suffer from problems. Fragile is not only about physical weakness. It is also widely used for emotional and mental sensitivity. Someone who is emotionally fragile may get hurt very easily by criticism or negative experiences. Now let us understand the different uses of fragile. Fragile for physical objects. When talking about objects, fragile refers to things that can easily break or get damaged. Examples include glass, ceramics, old books, antiques, and electronic devices. Fragile for emotions. Sometimes a person's emotional condition becomes weak due to stress, heartbreak, fear, or sadness. In such cases, we say the person is emotionally fragile. Fragile for health. A person recovering from illness may have fragile health. Elderly people are also sometimes described as physically fragile. Fragile for relationships or systems. Trust between two people can be fragile. Peace between countries can also be fragile if there is tension. Now let us look at 5 examples of fragile. Example 1. Please handle the vase carefully because it is very fragile. Example 2. After losing his job, he became emotionally fragile. Example 3. The patient was still fragile after the surgery. Example 4. Their friendship was fragile after the misunderstanding. Example 5. The country's economy remained fragile during the crisis. Now let us discuss some similar words of fragile. Delicate means soft and easily damaged. Weak means lacking strength. Breakable means capable of breaking easily. Sensitive means easily affected emotionally. Vulnerable means open to harm or attack. Now let us move toward the second word, timid. Timid means shy, fearful, lacking confidence, or easily frightened. A timid person usually avoids risks, stays quiet, and hesitates in difficult or social situations. Timid people may fear speaking in public, expressing opinions, or facing challenges. However, timid does not always mean weak. Sometimes a person is simply cautious and reserved by nature. This word is commonly used to describe personality and behavior. For example, a timid student may avoid answering questions in class. A timid employee may hesitate to share ideas in meetings. A timid child may hide behind parents when meeting strangers. Timid behavior often comes from fear, lack of confidence, anxiety, or insecurity. But with support and practice, timid people can become more confident over time. Now let us understand the different uses of timid. Timid in personality. Some people are naturally quiet and nervous around others. They avoid attention and feel uncomfortable in social situations. Timid in communication. A timid speaker talks softly and hesitates while speaking. Timid in actions. A timid person avoids taking risks or making bold decisions. Timid in learning or growth. Students sometimes remain timid because they fear making mistakes. Now let us look at 5 examples of timid. Example 1. The timid boy stayed silent during the discussion. Example 2. She felt timid while speaking in front of the audience. Example 3. His timid nature prevented him from asking questions. Example 4. The kitten looked timid when it entered the new house. Example 5. Although she was timid at first, she later became confident. Now let us discuss some similar words of timid. Shy means uncomfortable around people. Nervous means anxious or worried. Fearful means full of fear. Reserved means quiet and controlled. Hesitant means uncertain and unwilling to act quickly. Now let us compare timid with shy because many learners confuse them. Shy is a common and simple word. Timid is slightly stronger and often suggests fear or lack of courage. A shy person may simply avoid attention. A timid person may avoid action because of fear. For example, she is shy at parties. He is timid when making decisions. Now let us move toward the third word, lethargic. Lethargic means lacking energy, feeling tired, slow, lazy, or without enthusiasm. A lethargic person often feels physically or mentally exhausted and does not want to do much activity. This word is commonly used when someone feels weak, sleepy, inactive, or unmotivated. For example, after working all night, you may feel lethargic in the morning. A sick person may become lethargic because of illness. Hot weather can also make people feel lethargic and inactive. Lethargic can describe both physical and mental conditions. Now let us understand the different uses of lethargic. Lethargic because of illness. When people are sick, they often lose energy and become slow or inactive. Lethargic because of lack of sleep. Poor sleep can make the body and mind tired. Lethargic because of weather. Extremely hot weather can reduce energy levels. Lethargic because of boredom or stress. Sometimes mental pressure or lack of motivation creates lethargic behavior. Now let us look at 5 examples of lethargic. Example 1. I felt lethargic after staying awake all night. Example 2. The patient looked weak and lethargic. Example 3. The hot afternoon weather made everyone lethargic. Example 4. He became lethargic and stopped exercising regularly. Example 5. Students often feel lethargic after long examinations. Now let us discuss some similar words of lethargic. Tired means needing rest. Exhausted means extremely tired. Sluggish means slow and lacking energy. Inactive means not active. Fatigued means physically or mentally weak because of work or stress. Now let us compare lethargic with lazy because learners often confuse them. Lazy describes someone unwilling to work even when they have energy. Lethargic describes someone who lacks energy physically or mentally. For example, a lazy student avoids studying. A lethargic student may want to study but feels too tired. This difference is very important. Now let us connect all 3 words together to understand them more deeply. Fragile relates to weakness or delicacy. Timid relates to fear or lack of confidence. Lethargic relates to low energy or tiredness. These words describe different human conditions and personalities. A fragile person may get emotionally hurt easily. A timid person may fear social situations. A lethargic person may lack physical or mental energy. Let us now use all three words in one short situation. Imagine a student who recently failed an important exam. After the failure, he became emotionally fragile because criticism affected him deeply. He also became timid and stopped participating in class discussions because he feared embarrassment. Due to stress and sadness, he started feeling lethargic and lost interest in studying. This example shows how emotions, confidence, and energy can all affect a person differently. Now let us discuss how to remember these words easily. To remember fragile, think of glass. Glass breaks easily, so fragile means delicate or weak. To remember timid, think of someone hiding quietly in a corner because of fear or shyness. To remember lethargic, think of a person lying on a sofa all day feeling tired and inactive. Memory associations help vocabulary stay longer in your mind. Now let us practice quick comparisons. Fragile versus strong. A fragile object breaks easily. A strong object resists damage. Timid versus confident. A timid speaker avoids attention. A confident speaker expresses ideas freely. Lethargic versus energetic. A lethargic person feels slow and tired. An energetic person feels active and motivated. Now let us create advanced sentences using these words. Fragile sentence. The fragile peace agreement could collapse if both sides fail to cooperate. Timid sentence. The timid employee slowly gained confidence after receiving encouragement from her manager. Lethargic sentence. Months of stress and overwork left him mentally lethargic and emotionally drained. These advanced sentences are useful for formal English, writing tasks, and spoken fluency. Now let us talk about how these words appear in real life. In hospitals, doctors may describe patients as fragile or lethargic. In schools, teachers may describe students as timid if they avoid participation. In psychology, emotional fragility and social timidity are common discussion topics. In daily life, people often complain about feeling lethargic because of stress, weather, poor sleep, or unhealthy routines. That is why these words are practical and important. Now let us do a quick revision. Fragile means delicate, weak, or easily damaged. Timid means shy, fearful, or lacking confidence. Lethargic means tired, inactive, or lacking energy. 5 examples of fragile. Please handle the vase carefully because it is very fragile. After losing his job, he became emotionally fragile. The patient was still fragile after the surgery. Their friendship was fragile after the misunderstanding. The country's economy remained fragile during the crisis. 5 examples of timid. The timid boy stayed silent during the discussion. She felt timid while speaking in front of the audience. His timid nature prevented him from asking questions. The kitten looked timid when it entered the new house. Although she was timid at first, she later became confident. 5 examples of lethargic. I felt lethargic after staying awake all night. The patient looked weak and lethargic. The hot afternoon weather made everyone lethargic. He became lethargic and stopped exercising regularly. Students often feel lethargic after long examinations. Vocabulary becomes powerful when you not only memorize words but also understand their emotions, situations, and practical uses. The more you listen, speak, read, and practice, the more natural these words will become in your daily English. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me today. I hope this lecture helped you clearly understand the meanings and uses of fragile, timid, and lethargic. Keep improving your vocabulary every day because strong vocabulary leads to confident communication. If you enjoyed this lesson, Make sure to support the channel and continue practicing these words in your own sentences. See you in the next lecture with more powerful English vocabulary and expressions. Until then, stay confident, stay curious, and keep learning.